What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Burndown YouTube channel. I want to give you guys a bit of an update on just a bunch of random stuff. So usually when I make these videos, I'm like, this is what I'm working on this, and then this is what I'm working on this. Well, in this video, I'm kind of in between like a ton of stuff. So we'll just kind of go over everything. I'll fill you guys in. Figure we'll take it easy on a Friday, right? So first and foremost, ta-da! Got some Mickey T's in. So I'm excited. Front runners, these are a 25 instead of a 26. They didn't have the 26s, only the 25, so it is what it is. It'll be fine. I'll probably have to raise the car up a little bit more anyway. I think we talked about that before with like the chin spoiler and everything. So the car sits pretty darn low, and that's going to lower it like another ½ inch. So we'll have to figure that out when the time comes. I also want to share this with you guys. So this thing is pretty cool, man. So this company, Top Don, has reached out to me. And I have another product up there, which is kind of funny because I'm going to use these together. But they sent me a battery tester if you watched that video. And it was just kind of random, and they sent it to me. And I'll get hit up every now and then to do reviews or do stuff. I turn all that crap down unless it's something that I feel like you guys would benefit from, or it kind of works with the channel. So car stuff, you know, different things. Granted, yeah, I support my buddy John's clothing line. I really enjoy his art and his clothing. He has a good reason and mission behind his line as well. So it's children's mental health, essentially. So I'm supporting a buddy and a cause. So that's just cool, right? So that's the only kind of non-car related thing I have other than everything else. So these guys reached out. I got a couple battery testers. They worked awesome. You know, the last battery tester, I just did like a whole review and everything. I didn't even have to do a video on it. So this time they reached out, and I've got a battery charger monitor. So this is like your trickle charger type deal. I'm gonna do a full-on like unboxing review, all of that. And then they were cool enough, so this go around we're gonna have a discount code. So I'm gonna put this thing, I think, through its paces this weekend, and then look for the video if you're in the market for one of these things. I'm gonna let you guys know if it's good or bad. Spoiler though, everything else I've tested from them seems very good quality, and it worked as advertised. So I'm assuming this is gonna be up there with it. But check the review out, and I'll be completely honest with you guys. I don't get anything except the battery charger. They're not paying me or anything like that. Although I would consider them a friend of the channel for sure. So we got that coming. We got some Mickey T's. I think I might take those in, have those mounted up. So maybe next week we can go to the track. And then, bam! I wanted to update you guys on this thing and give you like a close-up. So I sanded it down, and we were able to round the edges and stuff. And I just want to show you that, you know, it's pretty chewed up. We need some body work. The camera always finds the beauty, right? We got some holes, some pinholes and stuff. So I just want to show you guys that it's not like super perfect, but this is, like I said, the edge is rounded out. I also put another layer of woven in here. I backed it up, and then we did the sides. And then I gooped a bunch, and I put more on the edges. So these edges are nice and thick now. On the other video, they were pretty thin, so there's nothing see-through. And again, you know, it's my first project. You can see this thing's pretty decent. And then it's like some of this stuff, this is glue from when I was doing this. It got on the outside of it, so we'll sand it down a bit more. But ultimately, yeah, you know, it's pretty rigid. I think it's gonna be a good piece. So I haven't test fit it now that we've kind of sanded on it, rounded it off. So I think that we can do that to kind of wrap this video. And then essentially my buddy has my filler, so I can do the fill work on this, and then we'll paint it. I think we're gonna go black. But before I even paint it, maybe this weekend I can get this thing mounted, so maybe that can be some video for next week, get this thing actually like done on the car. I don't have any bodywork filler, so I can't finish it, but at least if I can mount it so I know where it fits and everything, because you need to do all that obviously before you paint it. The rear tires are slipping on here again. Oh, look at, I moved it, now you can see it better. So this is, I had it over here, and then we took it and glued it and did all the fun stuff, and then you can kind of see some of the goop in there. So I used the wrong stuff. So the same guy that has my body filler, my bodywork stuff, has the machine to do this. So I'm kind of dead in the water with that. And then I think the move on that, and it's funny because I was talking to a buddy of mine, I'm gonna put the rim by itself on the balance machine and see if the damn thing's balanced. And technically, yes, I understand, like, it's already circular, and then they put it on a machine, they machined it and all that. I don't know, it's cast China jig stuff. It's super cheap, So we'll see what kind of balance shape that thing is in. And then I'm gonna balance the rim without the tire, I think. And then we will glue the tire on, and then if the damn thing spins, it'll just be out of balance whatever the tire's out anyway. Because if I balance it as a whole, and I put the weight on there and it's dynamically balanced and everything, if it spins, then you're actually worse off than nothing at all. So we'll see what kind of weight it takes and all that fun stuff. But each one of these kind of took a lot. I don't know if because that's a radial, or it's because the rim's crap, or what. So that is pretty much that. So working on the chin spoiler, it's kind of killing some time because I was waiting for tires, and then the tires came in. Now I can't mount the tires up, or I can't glue those tires, and then I have to mount those tires up. So the other thing too, sent all the parts off to my buddy Ryan for the Bago. So those are all sitting on the table, and I figure there's really no reason to meddle in those and dig around. I should probably consult the book and kind of get more familiar with all this stuff. But ultimately, when I get into that, I want to get into it, because until I kind of get parts back and know what I'm doing. And then I'm in a holding pattern because I need to save dough. Like, we just bought tires, and then whenever Ryan calls me, I got to get whatever parts I need, because I need at least like clutches and some other stuff. And then we got to ship the parts back. I got to cover all that stuff as well, and then whatever machining work and stuff he had to do. So it's one of those things, I don't like spending money when I'm owed, or not owed, but I owe somebody, because I know as soon as he calls, I'm gonna be like, oh, find a good deal on something, spend all my money. He's gonna be like, hey bro, you owe me, you know, this, and I'll be like, oh. So I just kind of sit and hibernate. So I think we're gonna finish this up real nice. We'll get the front tires done, maybe do like a little cruising or whatever this weekend with this thing. But that's ultimately, we're kind of in a holding pattern. So I'll go over every little nook and cranny on the car. I usually make and keep lists on stuff. I got a much bigger list on the Twinnebago, but obviously we're dead in the water with that right now. So we'll kind of comb over the Maliboom and see what more we need to kind of get it where we want to be. So that is it. Let's clamp this up underneath like we have before. We'll take a look at it, and we'll get this thing wrapped. Bam! There it is. So again, I think fitment wise, you know, so here's what's holding it down. This is a gap, so we got a finish washer and a screw, and there's a strut that holds the fender, because this is fiberglass. So obviously if that comes off, we got a nice flat edge, so these will mate up. And then same with the bottom of the bumper. So I think we'll mate these together, so this thing will come up a bit. So that's why it looks a little goofy, but man, with it rounded off. And the other thing that's funny with this is that is just a straight gutter. Like, it is, you put it on the bench, you're like, God, that's gonna look terrible. But because there's so much shape on the front of this, when you throw that little straight kicker on there, it actually doesn't look bad. Because initially, like I said, I wanted to kind of bow it or something, but ultimately, in my opinion, I dig it. And then I'm thinking black. So I never painted this. This is just fiberglass too. So I think we may pull this and then pull that, and we'll shoot them black, possibly together, just as satin, normal. Instead of blue, I think blue might look a little funky. So let me know what you guys think. But ultimately, I think it's good. And then I think we'll round this edge off a little bit better too. You know, I'll do a bit better job on that. Like how this one's kind of more round, we'll do the same here. And then obviously again with the screw and all the stuff, but you know, you get the idea. So pretty excited, man. For my first attempt at fiberglassing something, I'm gonna call it a win. And yeah, it's ugly. Fortunately, I can do body work. So whenever I get my filler back, I called my buddy too. I have to buy a gallon, and I basically have a gallon. So I'm like, I don't want to spend all that money on a gallon of filler. And then he's gonna bring my filler back, and I have like 2 gallons of filler. I'm not doing any body work right now, so I like fresh filler too, because if you stuff that sits on the shelf isn't as fun to play with. So that's it, man. I'm excited about it. If I find more simple fiberglass projects, I don't know, maybe we'll attempt some more stuff. I got a bunch of extra material because I didn't know I was getting myself into, so I got like a lot over there. So I don't know, if we think of something else cool, maybe we'll do that. And then I listened to you guys on the wing, so I think we'll do that. And then when the time comes, we'll do aluminum. So I'll do an aluminum wing, probably 3-piece. So that way there's obviously wing here and then wing here. So that way, because I want to come all the way across. I don't like having a wing that starts here. Would be goofy because my, you know, we've got a good 8 inches on either side of old Bertha over here. But I'm thinking a 3-piece deal. So wing, wing, wing here. And then that way obviously we can still open this. And then thinking the wing will be black. Maybe we can go like strutless. I don't think I want anything hanging down, considering because I have, you know, everything to plug in here and all that stuff, so it has to be kind of self-sustaining. And then the one cool kicker thing I think that we could do to kind of set it apart and make it fun is I'll use aircraft rivets on it. So you use a buck and then an air jiffy gun, and then it smushes the head or whatever. So it's not like a pop rivet, it's an actual like old school. So we can design the whole thing, put it all together like Clecos, and then paint it all up. And then those rivets are like a brass aluminum looking color. We can get whatever shank length that we need, and that'll give it like a real cool like aircrafty kind of like killer look, I think. And a little different. I haven't seen people really using those, mainly because they're a pain in the ass, but it'll give it a style. And then I think you guys will dig that. So we'll get there at some point. I don't know when we're doing wing territory. And then also I think we'll do the wing before the shoot. I'd like to run the car and make sure the car will hit 150. I'm not going to be the guy with a parachute with the car that doesn't need one. That just, I don't know, you know, it needs to do what's advertised, in my opinion. That's it. I hope you guys enjoyed the update video. I hope you have a fantastic day. Come back next week. We'll be here making more content. You guys know what to do. Like, subscribe, share. Till next time, I'm out.